All right, let's dive right in. So welcome back, or if you're new to the channel, thanks so much for watching this video, taking a look at it. Like I said before, if you like what you see, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. But with this one, we'll focus on food and all of the resupply packages and all the stuff that we're really gonna go into this. So I've already shot some video of how I'm packaging it. But what I'm doing is I'm sending myself a bunch of USPS priority mail boxes, and I have my food already done. So it's all pretty well, put together. I vacuum sealed almost all of it, most of it, a good majority of it anyway, and it's gonna be pretty good. It'll be definitely lightweight. I am using the Backcountry Foodie service with all of the recipes that I can get from that, and I put them together. I'm doing a lot of the lightest you can get with the highest calorie per ounce ratio, a lot of meal replacements, a lot of smoothies and stuff and such like that, a lot of nuts and coconut shavings. I wanted to focus on food that was going to be fast, easy to prepare, not much cleaning up, and for the first time I'm going to give cold soaking a real good shot, a real good try. So the recipes are all able to be cold soaked. So I've already freeze-dried macaroni, I've already freeze-dried some pasta and such, and I've put all that together. So I should be able to rehydrate my meals very quickly and retain the vast majority of those nutrients of the other things I've freeze-dried, like strawberries and bananas and blueberries and some mango. I've freeze-dried all of that, and then I've also blended some of that, a lot of that actually. But that's really going to be the focus of the food, is to have my wife send those boxes. They've already had the labels created. They've already had all of that stuff put in there. Like I said, I've vacuum sealed as much as I possibly could. And all she has to do is simply grab a box, and I'll show you that here in a bit, how that's going to work. Grab a box, send it, and I'll get that. I am under eating though on trail, so I'm trying to minimize the amount of weight that I'm bringing. I know I'm going to gorge, and I know I'm going to eat as much as I possibly can when I get to town, but in the interim from town to town, I want to really focus on hiking and getting as many miles in as I can, because I'm starting at the back of the pack. I'm really having a late start date, so I really want to focus on nutrition and getting the best food I can out on the trail, and the lightest food I can out on the trail, and then also just enough to get me to the next town and really keep that weight off of my hips, my back, and save those joints. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what the finalized situation looks like. Then we'll cut to my preparing and what I use to prepare these meals, and then I'll wrap it on up and we'll call it an episode. This is going to be where I keep my food, in our closet in the space under the stairs. So you can see here I have the boxes. This is from my beer canister, and I already have shoe boxes as well. Bought those, or the shoes already, and they're in there. And I have this kind of tape here, so it's easy to see and easy to find. But that's going to be all of my resupply packages. There should be about 20 total. And then I also have a box for my ice axe and my microspikes that I'm going to send to Paradise Valley Cafe. But you can see here all the boxes. So that's really going to be my resupply package strategy. All my wife has to do is literally go in, come here. It's also chronological, so the top first. All she has to do is come over and pull it, and then literally go out the door and mail it. So that's going to be the strategy. That's the idea. And all she has to do is pull the packages, pay for postage, and yeah, we'll be done. So hopefully this works out really well. I've read a lot about don't do this, your taste buds will change. I've really enjoyed the food I've eaten with the Backcountry Foodie's recipes. So for me, I think I'm going to be fine. If I don't want to eat it, then she just doesn't send it, and I'll just eat, town food and resupply via town. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know. So in any event, yeah. So we'll get to the video of me actually making some of this stuff. This is my setup. Oh, not that. Not the wine opener, but the Ultralight Foods already have, we have a freeze dryer already, so we have bananas and such that I was making for this. So I was able to freeze dry my own food mostly, like the elbow mac and all that. I did have to cheat a little bit because I was running out of time and had to buy, like, these are bought, and then I just put them in the Mylar bags. But what I wanted to show you was I've got a bunch of these rolls of vacuum sealing things. Anyway, from Vesta Eco, bought it off of Amazon. They're biodegradable, compostable, you see, recyclable. So these things are not single-use plastic. I think I have 50 feet of them. So yeah, anyways, I'm super excited about this. I'm gonna try and see what it is. It's just a roll though. So it's sealed on this side and then just rolls out. So you will then have to cut it, which is okay because the vacuum sealer I have, you can actually seal, or not seal, but you can actually heat seal on one side. And if I have to, I can always use the Harvest Right too, turn down the heat and do that way. So that way I can just cut that off, start a new one, roll it out, and then cut it off and then vacuum seal it. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. Vesta Eco vacuum pouches, good for the environment, not a single-use plastic. So, all right. My advice or tip on making bulk batches, especially with the strawberry banana milkshake, is to weigh out the number of grams you need, and then also just blend that up in a blender. Because I'm making like 20 right now, put your whole milk powder, something big enough. I have a 5-gallon pot from my homebrew days, but put that in there. So when you blend this up, just dump it in. You can mix it all in, and then you can easily put it into the baggies. I'm taking this from Backcountry Foodie's idea. You just have red Solo cups, you cut them at the bottom, and then you can put them in the baggies, and then you just dump right in. So that's my tip, rather than doing like I was, which was individually doing that, portioning it out, and then putting it over here. Don't do that. Blend it up, mix it up, and then go ahead and dump it. And you just got to know which, what the ratio is. I've already got a few of these here in the corner, so I know exactly how many grams it's supposed to come out to. So yeah, definitely make it easier for yourself and do it in bulk batches that way. Hope it helps. So this is what the finished product looks like. Well, not finished, but you've got all of it blended. I'm using this little slotted spoon here, or big slotted spoon, so I can just blend all this together or mix it all together. And then I will go ahead, once that's good and done, gotta be careful with that. I already have the Solo cups in the baggies. There you go, a little more steady. And then you can just dump it in, or actually just put it on top of there. And then you just plop in what you need. I'm gonna use probably just a half cup here. Just plop it in, and then we'll see, how much it weighs. I know what the weight should be, and then we'll be done. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Just make sure that you stir it slowly, because you'll see a lot of dust kick up. This is the end product. All we gotta do is zip them up, and there you are. Pretty proud of myself. This came out within 2 grams of what it should have been, so it was easy to just borrow a couple from here and there. But yep, this is what it looks like. Simply zip it up, put them with the rest, and there we go. We'll have them all. You can see this is not all of the mess over there, but this was a little bit involved. Had a little bit here. Sorry for moving so fast. A little bit here, and I used this to mix it and stir it in. So it was a little bit intensive. You can see in the background there some of my bulk items that I've also used for meal prep. But in any event, hopefully, if you're making backcountry food or trail food in bulk and you want to know how to make it a little bit easier, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Do it in bulk and then go ahead and divvy it up. Is there 1 teaspoon of sugar per each of these? Yeah, I'm gonna guess so. But like, who the heck knows, right? So anyway, that's how I have chosen to do it for this year, 2022. Quick update or revisiting the shrink wrap here. I've noticed that some of mine are great. They're vacuum wrapped, shrink wrapped, whatever you want to call it. The vacuum wrap is great on some of them, but others, they're not. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I've tried all kinds of combinations, but some of them just aren't. So that's got oxygen in there, and it was fine before, but these are fine. These are great. These are solid. I've tried all kinds of hypotheses about whether or not I used too high of a heat on the harvest right or not. Then I stopped using harvest right and used only the other one. It still does it, so I don't know why. Normally these are fine and these are not, but with this box, these are the ones who are not so great. It's fine. These are powder, but I really thought this was going to work. So it's going to be kind of like hit and miss because that one doesn't work, but this one does. Fabulous. So I don't know. This Vesta Eco is kind of hit and miss with the vacuum seal. I don't know. So maybe you have something better at home or commercial that you've tried out, but this is like great, and this one's like definitely not. So I don't know. Just in case you're wondering what this really looks like, I moved all the food from that. I think this is like a 4-day resupply. Vacuum sealed it with this guy, cheap little thing from China off of Amazon, Fresh Pack Pro QH. Anyways, you just put it in there. Like I said, this, just cut it and it just slides right in. I guess you can do this. Slides right in. And then there you go. Just box it up. I'm gonna put some tape. I'll show you that here in a second to call us out a little easier when you pick it up. The one downside we'll say to this though, is that you gotta make sure you get it right. The one of the downsides of this, even though it is vacuum sealed extremely well, you are locked into this. So you can tear it open, that's fine, but you're now locked into this food option, which that's just how it's going to be for me. I did try to switch it up and have a lot of different food and a lot of different options, but this is what this looks like, and it's all wrapped up. It's a nice little brick. 2 things why I'm doing the vacuum sealing. One, I want to have it all airtight as much as possibly can so it stays fresh, because it's going to be upstairs in my loft for a while. The second reason being, this is going to be, they're gonna bounce this around, they're gonna throw it around, toss it around, and I don't want these little baggies to break open, which has happened in other things of mine, just general getting around, not doing a lot of other stuff, right? Not in a post office where they throw packages. So this will keep it all together and we'll keep that from breaking. So that way when I do pick up my boxes of food, I actually have food and I don't have a big powdery mess, mixed in with all this crap. So I got all of the stuff I had over here into this. It is completely packed. I mean, to the brim packed. I've smashed it down several times, hoping I didn't burst anything. I don't think I have. That should ship very well. Unfortunately, I really don't think I'm going to be able to get these in. So what I'll do is I have a vacuum sealer. I can vacuum seal all these individually. I'm not worried about that. And I have a full day's worth of food in here with one of those Stinger waffles. So that's 11 days of food right there. This is a 7-day max. If I eliminated this, I could have 11 days of food in here. But anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna seal those so they'll be airtight. And yeah, we'll be ready to go. So I was wrong. Moment of truth. I tried to tighten that down. It caught there on these little ridges, so it destroyed one of these. So I'm gonna vacuum this out, figure out how to problem solve for this, if that's possible. And yeah, guess we'll regroup. All right, everyone. So I squashed everything down. This guy just won't fit. So, moment of truth. Let's see here. It's been really easy to maneuver it here so far. Last time I could feel a tug and I was like, oh, let's see. Okay. All right, so I'll have to problem solve for that guy and those, but other than that, if I eliminated those, that's almost 11 days. It really is 11 days of food in there. And that's actually more than what the rated capacity is. It's 2,991 calories per day, average. So yes, under eating, especially for the Sierras, but wow. Almost 11 days, for sure 10 days, so. All right, there we go. And in case you're curious, because I know I sure am, let's see what this much weighs. 16.6. All right, 17.8. Plus another day of food in there, so, all right. Right around 20 pounds-ish, or so, we'll see. The food I had in my hip pocket, that's 1.54, so 19.3. 19.3 pounds, or 19.34 pounds overall for about 12 days. We'll see. Here we are, everybody. Here's the food with all boxes portioned out. There you go. That's all of them, plus the resupply of my ice axe and the microspecs down there. So yeah, it's done. Let me zoom out for you. So it's not terrible amount of space. And those are the shoes I'm gonna have tossed in one of those boxes or something. We'll see. But yeah, there we go. It's done. So we'll see if this works. Hopefully it's a great idea and I didn't waste time and money. But this is how I did it. Just portioned downstairs and then came up here and just put them in. And then for each one, I printed off each day. So here you've got how many servings and of what. So that way, I think I'll go back and mark like a lunch or breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But either way, we're done. So you guys know, these USPS boxes, the Priority Mail flat rate, these are free. Like free to ask for. You just have a USPS.com account or go into a post office, but you get the boxes for free and they'll deliver it to your house for free and quickly too. So in case you didn't know, this is a way to do it. Make sure that they're Priority Mail though. So, all right, there we go. Right, so this is what some of that pasta looks like vacuum sealed. It worked out better than I thought it was going to. So shout out to Aaron with Backcountry Foodie for turning me on to that device from Amazon. Yeah, that worked out great. So now I'll just go ahead and put that in here. And that was 7 portions right there. Something I just spliced this video, something I forgot to mention or talk about in that this food episode is what I'm going to use for the actual holding of the food. So when you go through the Sierras, you've got to have a bear canister. That makes sense. And I have that. It's fully packed already. But for the rest of it, I'm going to have a Z-Packs bear bag paired with an op sack. So this together, it goes in, fits really well, doesn't it? But put those together and then I will sleep with my food. I guess that's pretty common, at least in SoCal and getting up to the Sierras. So this will really save a lot of weight. And then once I send the bear canister back, so I'll get the bear canister at Kennedy Meadows South and then right around Sonora Pass or so, send it back home. Maybe when I get up to Tahoe, since I live around the area, I'll just, you know, bring it with me and then, you know, ditch it there. And then from the rest of the way, probably like a Ursack. I have an Ursack Almighty, or I'll just come back to this. But this is gonna at least be the very beginning of my food carry. So just wanted to toss that in there. Super lightweight, and the OpSack is odor proof, or at least quite resistant, water resistant. So everyone was saying that they, you know, had no problems. Put it in your tent, you'll be good. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But that's what I'm gonna carry with. Guys, well, that was it. That's my food. That's what I'm going to take out on the PCT. My wife will just dump some extra items in there, in the boxes, send it on if she needs to. I guess she can always get another box if we have to switch out gear. But I really do plan on using pretty much the same gear throughout the entire trip. So we'll see how that goes. Always subject to change, right? Especially on something like this. But with all that said, that's my food, so, or at least the plan. We'll see how that goes. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video, if there is a next video.